This edition of MacVoices is supported by the MacVoices Dispatch, our weekly newsletter for MacVoices viewers and listeners. Get the inside scoop on all the MacVoices news by visiting macvoices.com/newsletter to subscribe.
MacVoices is in Las Vegas for CES. I'm Chuck Joyner. We're in the PIQ booth talking to Ongan, one of the co-founders of PIQ, about what they offer to sports enthusiasts. Ongan, it's good to see you.
Hi, Chuck. Thank you very much for coming by.
Thank you for having me. So tell us about PIQ. I saw this last night at one of the press events.
Yeah.
There was no way I could get to your booth there because
it was a little bit crowded.
and that's a good thing. Everybody was interested.
Thank you very much. So we have a multi-sensor sports sensor that does. We're targeting about 24 sports, and currently we have 3 sports which are online, and the products are available for sales: golf, tennis, and ski. We co-brand with big brands, sports brands, when we launch a sports. So, for example, with ski, we did with Rossignol, tennis, Babolat, and golf is with MobiT. MobiT is one of the premium applications in Europe because we're a European company from France and Swiss. And they cover about 37,000 golf courses around the world. And we bring sports performance metrics to users. And they want to actually measure their best performance during their sports activity. And we have developed this small, tiny, great product, which is about 10 grams, have 13 axes inside. So great science, we can measure lots of stuff and gives great outputs. As you can see, we have the PIQ score, which actually is the combination of 3 metrics per sport and is the index of your performance in that sport.
Now, the one thing about some of these devices is that they start to interfere with the sport itself, with your enjoyment of it, and they turn it into a chore to keep track of.
Yeah.
And that's not my impression with PIQ.
Yeah, so when we design the product, we try to make it as slim as thinner as possible, because as you said, that during the sports, you don't want anything that disturbs you and so on. And we want it to be part of the gear of that sport. So the thinner, the lighter, but gives much more performance, big power in measuring what you really want to see. And we're not here in the science on how you want to improve or what you're doing wrong. Is we're trying to catch your best performance so that we make you happy about doing sports. To bring this motivation to come back on the golf course, on the ski slope, to try to do it again and to try to beat your challenge.
So let's go with golf, because that's where my love is.
Yeah.
Exactly how do I implement PIQ during my golf game or during my practice?
Yeah, so we have currently the golf bundle, which actually comes with the sensor and with the accessory. In the accessory part, you have for each golf clubs a small pin, which is NFC, and you come and read it on the NFC on the sensor itself. And the sensor is actually on the glove itself, and you can clip it with the apparatus that it comes with. And you tag each club, and you have this small little display, which is here, as I show you, and it will actually give you the club name. And when it gives the club name, it means that you register the position and the shot itself. And the shot will give you then the performance that you'll be doing.
So what for golf, like what kind of things is it measuring?
So the PIQ score for the golf, we have 3 data. So for each sports, we measure 3 most important data. For golf, we have the tempo, so the backswing and downswing. We have the club path, so if you're inside, outside, or you're square. And we have the estimated club head speed. Why we say estimated? Because we are here on the top of the hand, but because we know each of the length of the clubs, because we know which club you're tagging, we can actually have the correct estimation of the club head speeds.
So I hit my drive off the first tee.
Yeah.
Then I put this on the butt end of my driver. I tap that to record
register
it.
your shot.
Okay.
And then you walk to the next position, and you get your shot track of that hole, all on your smartphone. And plus, for each shot, you get all the performance metrics.
So at the end of the round, I've got a whole set of metrics for that.
Exactly.
For that
So
round.
When you finish your 8th hole, 18th hole, or 9th hole, you can check your game, you can see what you have done. And best, you can actually see who did best on that golf course. Because we have a whole PIQ social community that is using this, and they're all recording their best picks there. And you can compare yourself.
Little competition.
Yeah, exactly. Because we want to make the sports more fun.
Okay, so where am I getting the metrics? On my smartphone?
So currently, what we have a display here, and for each sports we have a specific metric that we want to display. For the golf one, it's the distance to the green. So without your smartphone and without synchronizing to it, by clicking just on the button, you get the distance to the green. For example, for tennis, when you serve, you get the serve speed. But if you want additional data, then you have to go on the phone, on the app. So it's Mobity and PIQ app, both available for App Store and Play Store, and get all the different extra data that you want from your golf game.
So I can collect different games and compare them, see what my progress is.
All games are saved, both on the phone and on the cloud, and also shared among the community, so that everybody can get compared to each other.
Now, before some viewers can consider me a golf bigot, talk about what you measure for the skiing and for the tennis as well, please.
Yeah, so as I said, for each sport we have 3 metrics. For tennis, we're looking at the style, so the whole preparation, your gesture, how fluid it is, and how smooth it is. So we have a rating on 10. Then we have the racket speed, which actually gives you an estimate of the ball speed. So that's good actually when you serve, you want to get to know your speed, because that's what you want to compare with. You're comparing to the pros.
Right.
And then you have your spin. So that's the effect that you apply to the ball. And all is done with the same sensor that you'll be using with the golf, but just with the new accessory for the tennis, So we have a wristband, which is developed co-branded with Babola, where you just insert here, and you have it on your wrist, and you get the PIQ score also. Yeah. And same for Rossignol. So for the ski, is you have a strap for your boot, that you place it here on your boot. And same, we're doing currently downhill skiing, and we measure all the turns, the number of turns, and in the turn, we measure the number of G and the ski snow angle. So how much you're inclining yourself, and you're taking sharp or not the turn. And all this in one similar sensor.
And the thing about this sensor is it really, I'll put that on the back of my golf glove, I will never know it. It's so light. It's hard to believe that all that is built into that little sensor.
Yeah. So we have a very strong also optimization on battery consumption. We can do from 6 to 8 hours of active play sports, which is enough. And we have a very cool charger that comes in the pack that actually does 4 cycles of charging. So it's at the same time a power bank and part of your gear.
So you've thought of just about everything.
Yeah, we're trying to do the best because for us what's most important is the experience. If it is something like bulky and so on, and it's just an extra thing that you need to change your habits and have it, then it becomes more difficult. So we need to think about all this experience and to be part of the sports experience so that we can have the guys using it.
That's impressive. So again, if you will, give me the pricing for everything, and they are available now.
Yeah, so currently they're available on our direct websites, but we're using also different digital channels, but also pro shops. The golf goes from $269, and the ski goes as low as $149.
And the tennis?
And the tennis $169.
$169. Great. Thank you so much for the time. Fascinating product.
Thank you very much.
It's a little staggering to think about all that computing power in that small a package.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chuck.
Folks, we'll have more from CES in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. This is Mac Voices.
Visit MacVoices.com for links, show notes, to subscribe, to connect with Chuck on Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and the Mac Voices blog. Subscribe to our weekly newsletter, the MacVoices Dispatch, to stay up to date on all the latest Mac Voices news from our front page or at macvoices.com/newsletter. Do more with your Apple tech by subscribing to the free Mac Voices magazine on Flipboard by visiting macvoices.com/magazine. Advertising and sponsorships handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.